Welcome to my channel. Here you can watch live streams of flying in the DCS Combat Simulator IL2 and see how I build my Messerschmitt Bf109K4. If you'd like to build it yourself, you can download the files to print it on a 3D printer and easily assemble it with the help of our community. Please support our channel by subscribing, hitting the like button, and ringing the bell to stay updated. Help us create and share more content. The big question is the Varjo XR4 the master of the skies? Well, let's find out in this video. Alright, let's start with my gaming PC. These are all the components I have in my PC, which makes my PC unique. Yours might differ from what I have, and you should keep in mind that the settings that work perfectly for me might not be the same for you. Alright, here you see the headset of the Varjo XR4. The USB-C connector is going to this box that provides the extra power from the power adapter to the Varjo headset. This power adapter has one 60 watts exit that goes to the connection box, and the two 7.5 watts are for charging the hand controllers. Then you need to connect the headset display cable to your graphics card and the USB-C connector to the connection box. The USB-C cable that is attached to the connection box goes to the fastest PC USB-C port you have on your main board. Log in your Varjo account and go to the download page as you can see here. Download the latest Varjo base and simply install it. Start Varjo base and follow the instructions and update the hardware if needed. I needed to update the controllers. The headset was already up to date. Now let's go to the settings tab, headset. There we set the setting that I found best for my system, the refresh rate on 75 FPS, resolution on highest, PPD 55, and the vertical synchronization on disabled. The mixed reality settings on automatic, and the exposure on standard. The ISO depends on light conditions, as I show you later on in this video. Before we go on, let me explain eye tracking and the Varjo foveated, why we need it, and how it works. We all know that the XR4 is one of the highest, as not the highest headset that is on the market. With 4K by 4K, 200 nits mini LED displays, we need to wait till the RTX 6090 to handle that and high FPS. But to enjoy the high resolution and not have to wait for 3 years, they made this program. Here you see how it is built up in 3 sections. It works a little like your own eye. Here in the middle is where you look and focus. The eye tracking sees if you look up, down, left, or right, and keeps that focus point or the high resolution point in what you see on 55 ppd. The next ring around is what you normally don't see sharp with your own eye, so that part also don't need to be crystal sharp in VR. I would think around 30% less resolution, because if you see something there and you focus there, the eye tracking will put the highest point there. The part outside of the second ring is what you normally don't see sharp at all with your eyes, but see motion or pick up things. So that part also really don't need to be sharp in VR at all. I would think around 60% or less resolution, because again, when you notice something there, you focus there. The eye tracking will put the highest point over there. And that is what is boosting up the FPS with this technique, that you only let the GPU work hard on the part that really matters. And as faster the GPU are getting, the wider you can open the highest focus point. Let's download the foveated from GitHub. See the link. Also, it'll put all the links below in the comments. Go to the latest version and download it. Click here. After downloaded the file, install the file like shown and complete it. Now go to the following folder on your drive and open the file as administrator to alter this file. Take the following settings over and write that in your settings file. The first you can play around to fine-tune, and the second is the sharpness of the focus point. Save that. And close the text editor. Go to Settings in the top menu. Set the following settings from top: resolution. This is not important. Monitors, one screen, resolution of cockpit displays, 10:24, anti-aliasing, on MSAA, MSAA. I have on 4x, upscaling, off, sharpening, 0, textures, on high, terrain textures, high, shadows, on, flat shadows blur, on, secondary shadows, on, SSS, on, Visib range, ultra if your system is struggling lower. This is the biggest FPS killer. Civilian traffic, off, clouds, high, water, high, SSAO, on, SSR, on, lens effects, none, heat blur, off, motion blur, off, motion blur amount, 1, depth of field, simple, screenshot format, JPG, color grading, not used. Next row. The first can really be altered to gain FPS, but mine are clutter, grass, 970, forest visibility, 100%, forest details factor, 1, scenery details factor, 1, preload radius, 6,000, chimney smoke density, 10, gamma, 2.2, external field of view, 78 degree, keep it like this, LOD switch factor, 1, max FPS, 70. You need to lower this so that it is steady. I have it on 70, that is what it gives me the best performance. Anisotropic filtering, 16x, terrain objects, shadows, default, cockpit global illumination, on, messages font scale, 1, scale GI, 1, rain droplets, enabled, VSync, enabled, full screen, enabled, cursor confined to game window, enabled. You'll write this also in the commands, so you can copy it if you like. After clicking OK, DCS can restart to do the changes. Close DCS and go back to Windows. Now you can download the VRNeckSafer from GitHub. Here you can see how it so helps you to look behind, and you don't need to turn your head 180 degrees. I'll make a video of it later if you like. Just tell me in the commands. All the info is on the page. On the bottom you find the download link. Install it and follow the instructions. Also, this link is found in the command down here. Let's go for a test flight. Go and strap on your headset. It looks so amazing, so sharp, and then I know that we are experiencing only a fraction of what the XR4 can do. I still have some stutters. What we can see on FPS, it's around 75. That is really strange. And still have stutters. Let's change some settings to see if it makes a difference. Still some stutter, but I have not that much spikes as you can see. Let's change it back again. It did not help. Still some stutter. Everything is back to high and not that much spikes in the FPS. Still, it looks so good. It looks at having some tracking problems. That will explain the stutters. I removed all the reflecting things around me and see if it helps in a dogfight what I like to test next. While flying, I noticed the headset is hooking on my headrest of my chair and pushing my headset of my head, so I made some changes. Nothing that a view pillows can solve. So now the cables are free to move and not pushing the headset of my head. Now let's test that dogfight. If I compare it to the Varjo Aero, this is looking much better in the headset. And yes, it is what you can expect of a €4,000 headset. It is so sharp you can identify the plane far out. It is just like looking at a 4K screen. Wait, the displays are 4K times 4K, that must be why. Almost no spikes at the FPS monitor. So that is good. The Varjo foveated and eye tracking is doing a good job. No delay and sharp where you look. Too bad you can't see that in the video. I tried to capture it, but a phone camera is not an eye to track. If some of you got an idea how to show it, let me know. Still, there are some stutters. I need to see where that is coming from. Still, my headset is becoming loose on my while looking upward, as you could see while flying. So, two things to look at: stutters and why the headset is not keeping on its place, and shifts. I need to look into that after this dogfight test. If I look at the sources that the tracking needs, I think there lies the problem. It is up to 30% of the processor. As you can see in this screenshot, I send that also to Varjo to look into. I see that the back of the strap is too bulky of the XR4 and push it up, as you can see. I now took the Varjo Aero and did the same. I never had that problem on that one. And see, it stays where it should be. To compare the two, here you see it, the Varjo XR4 is much thicker than the Aero. I done some mods to test. Not looking the best, but it works. That is the problem. I hope there comes a smaller one available of Varjo or someone else. I know I am going to design one and share it later on Discord. Download the files and 3D print it. Let's test the Varjo XR4 pass-through and see my 109 cockpit. Here through the lens, what I see, done with my phone camera. It looks not that good, dark and not focused. I need to change the light settings. I need to get more light. This work light will brighten things up here. This looks a lot better. The camera of the phone is also making it a lot worse. You can also play a little around in the ISO settings in Varjo Base. This is still not that great through the lens. This will get better on updates. Just see the Quest 3 pass-through how that develops. And if you look how Varjo Base is showing the pass-through, that looks really good. I have my hopes up and need to wait. And after testing this headset, how do I feel about it? Would I buy it? Would I recommend it? Would I purchase it over time? I think I would, because I really find it a beautiful headset and see a lot of potential in it, especially with the new generation of video cards as the RTX 5090. Would I recommend it to DCS users? If you have a system with the latest generation AMD or Intel processor, the RTX 4090 graphics card, no Varjo Aero or other 2023 and newer type headset, and you are willing to spend the money, then yes. But in all other cases, I would say no. A lower system will lead to a disappointing experience, and with the upscaling feature, you won't improve the visuals either. Thank you for watching. I hope this was informative and that you saw the challenges I faced during testing. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell button. It really helps our channel.